Chicago is coming off of another violent weekend. Mayor Lori Lightfoot wants to employ a new tactic, suing gang members in civil court. But that is proving controversial. Amanda Vinicky joins us now with more. Amanda, how is this going to work?
Well, Brandon, first a little bit of context here. According to Chicago police statistics, the city saw 77 shootings within the last week. And Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot said it is making people afraid, fearful, and especially, she says, of gangs which are terrorizing neighborhoods. Now, her proposal to go after gang leaders in civil court and sue to seize their ill-begotten assets. Now, bring them out of the shadows, she says. Take away that profit motive.
Killing babies, killing children, killing old people indiscriminately, that is absolutely not acceptable. And we've got to put a marker down that as a city, we are using every tool in our toolkit to push back against these violent gangs that are leaving a trail of blood and death and misery in their wake.
Her proposal is modeled after the Illinois Street Gang Terrorism Omnibus Prevention Act, a state law which has been used for decades in the collar counties to go after gangs.
I'm sure Chicago looked at this when the law was first passed and said, does it make sense? And arrived at a logical conclusion. It'd be a huge boondoggle, waste of money, and a pure political show.
Attorney John Mauck represented 3 former Latin King gang members who he said turned their lives around when a case out of Kane County went after them using that state gang law. He says it took 7 years to dismiss the charges. In that time, his clients had trouble getting jobs, paying mortgages. Mauck says it is hard to win a case like this. He reviewed a docket of 100 or so attempts, and he says few, if any, succeeded.
It looked to me like the majority of them were just what we call in the law default. Somebody was sued, they never appeared in court, or they tore up the summons, and they could care less, and they got a court order, and then the state said, look, we got a court order, but it didn't solve the problem, it didn't stop crime, didn't collect assets.
Now, the ACLU has also come out against the plan, saying that Chicago needs to focus on investing in communities, also noting that a tool already exists for law enforcement, saying the law already provides broad authority to police to seize property from those suspected of criminal activity. We believe those processes already have been allowed to operate without due process. And that is also a concern for Freddie Martinez with the Lucy Parsons lab. Because this is a civil and not a criminal matter, alleged gang members would not get a public defender in these cases. Also, because it's a civil matter, there's a lower burden of proof, the preponderance of evidence versus guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
It's a very low threshold, and you have something like career prosecutors who their entire job is to seize stuff, going up against, mostly like poor, brown people with, often no legal representation, who don't know the system at all, and have a very challenging time even raising the kinds of arguments that what a judge would accept.
Martinez poured over years of data on police use of civil asset forfeiture and says that it creates a perverse incentive for law enforcement. Police can seize people's cars, video game machines, cash, and then use the money to buy more surveillance equipment. He also questions whether this strategy is effective.
You can sort of imagine that if we were like a house, for example, that maybe that was being used like as a gang hideout. Maybe you could raise that kind of argument. But what we were seeing is that they were seizing something like $1,000 was the average seizure, right? So we're not talking about like they're taking down like Pablo Escobar. We're talking about just everyday people who had their like rent money, seized.
Now, attorney John Mauck again says that he imagines Lightfoot in the wake of so much crime is casting a net and looking for any potential solution. And if this method is to be used, he says, it should be the Cook County State's attorney and not Chicago's corporate counsel in charge of enforcing it. Now, asked whether this was an attempt to go around Kim Foxx, the mayor on Friday said no. She says it is her responsibility not to wait to, again, use any tool at her disposal to help to make Chicago safe. In a statement, Kim Foxx's office this afternoon says it does not have details on the mayor's plan, but we are open to collaborating with law enforcement and city leaders as we look to increase safety in our communities. Now, the ordinance was introduced later this afternoon, and it does specify that a minimum of half of any asset seized be spent to support victims and witnesses of street gang activity. Brandis, back to you.
Amanda, thank you.